Hi, welcome back to NPA teaching. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of interval scale and how the interval data are to be analyzed. An interval scale is a numeric and quantitative measurement scale in which the numbers are assigned to the objects in such a way that the differences between two variables or numbers is meaningful, constant and equal. That means it represents the equal distance between the characteristics of the objects which is being measured and can be calculated by using subtraction. The interval scale possesses all the characteristics of an ordinal scale. Over and above, it also allows the researchers to compare the differences between the objects. This means the differences between any two values is equivalent to the differences between any two adjacent values of an interval scale. For example, the differences between 1 and 2 on the scale is same as that of differences between 3 and 4 on the scale. There is no true 0 point or fixed beginning. You cannot calculate the ratios. Here the ratios of values have no meaning because the value of 0 is arbitrary. Thus, interval scale not only show you the order and the direction but also the exact differences between the values. The distances between each value on interval scale are meaningful and equal. A perfect example of an interval scale is a Fahrenheit scale to measure the temperature. The scale is made up of equal temperature unit so that the differences between 40 and 50 degree Fahrenheit is equal to the differences between 50 and 60 degree Fahrenheit. With an interval scale, you know not only whether the different values are bigger or smaller, you also know how much bigger or smaller they are. For example, suppose it is 60 degree Fahrenheit on Monday and 70 degree Fahrenheit on Tuesday. You know not only that it was hotter on Tuesday, you also know that it was 10 degree more hotter. Now see how the interval data are to be analyzed and interpreted. Interval data can be generally analyzed and interpreted using two main statistical methods of analysis, namely descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Which method can be used for the purpose of analyzing interval scale depends on the nature of investigation which is being carried out. Descriptive statistics used to describe a sample population using data set collected from that particular population. This statistical method utilized in analyzing interval data which mainly include mean, median, range, standard deviation and variance. Mean measure the average of interval data sample provided, and median is used to determine which variable in the data set is at the center. It is easily calculated because interval data are equidistant or equal distance. See, range, standard deviation and variance describe how spread your data is. The range is the easiest to compute, while standard deviation and variance are more complicated but also more informative. Standard deviation illustrates the spread of data relative to the mean, and the variance is used to illustrate how much of a spread exists in the data. Now see the second type, that is inferential statistics. Inferential statistics are used to make prediction or inference on the large population based on the data collected from the sample population. With a normal distribution of interval data, both parametric and non-parametric tests are possible to apply and select the appropriate test for making the statistical inferences. Parametric tests are more powerful than non-parametric tests and let you make a stronger conclusion regarding your data. While we are going to apply a parametric test, your data must meet several requirements for the parametric test to apply. Some of the most common used parametric tests for testing the hypothesis about interval data are T and ANOVA. In order to compare two sample means, t-test can be used, and if you want to compare 3 or more sample means, then ANOVA test can be applied. Similarly, we can find the correlation between two interval variables by using Colles-Pearson's coefficient of correlation, and the simple linear regression can also be used for finding the regression analysis. Now see some other types of models used to analyze interval data scale. The first one is the trend analysis. Trend analysis is an interval data analysis technique used to draw the trends, pattern and insights by capturing the survey data over a certain period of time. It is conducted by studying the trends for a certain period, then analyzing it to predict what it is going to look like in the future. The second model is the SWOT analysis. The SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities and threat. And so a SWOT analysis is a technique for assessing these four aspects of the subjects. This is mostly used by organizations or businesses to evaluate their current performance and to develop effective strategies for the future. And you can reduce the chances of failure by understanding what you are lacking and can avoid the problems that would otherwise catch you if you are unaware. Here the strengths and weaknesses are used for internal analysis, which means the things that you are having some control over and you can change. While the opportunities and threats are used for external analysis of the subject, which means the things that you are going on outside your company in a larger market. You can take the advantage of opportunities and protect against the threats, but you can't change them. See, the third one is the conjoint analysis. This analysis technique used to investigate how people or customers or consumers make choices or preferences, or which is also used for identifying the variable or factors which are used or evolved in the decision making process. For example, when deciding on which phone you have to buy, customers may consider price, camera quality, beauty, color, etc. and uses that information to help select product features, assess the sensitivity to the price, forecast market share, and predict the adoption of new products and services. And the last one is the turf analysis. That means total unduplicated reach and frequency analysis is the statistical research methodology that enables the assessment of potential of market research for a combination of products and services. It helps to analyze the number of customers reached by a particular communication sources and then how often does that communication is happening. I hope you are clear about the concept of interval scale and how the interval scale data are to be analyzed. Have a nice day and see you in the next video. Thank you.